Hello, sir.
Hello.
How's your night going?
It's not bad, not great. Could be better, could be worse.
Okay. You're speaking with ATM Fox. Welcome to the channel. I'm here to give a voice to the voiceless. May I have your name?
David Burke.
All right, Mr. Burt. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How old are you, Burt? Mr. Burt?
31.
Hold on, I couldn't hear you because this truck. Say that again?
31.
31? Oh, you're a young guy.
Yeah, you can say that.
Where you from?
Northeast.
Northeast?
Yeah, Philly.
Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Okay, what would you say it's like growing up out there?
Uh, it's a lot of more laid back, but still a lot of drugs and stuff on the phone. My whole family was on drugs. So, growing up, it was still always present in my life. Not going to school was normal too. It's just once I became old enough to make my own decisions and stuff.
You say your whole family was on drugs?
Yeah, I got taken away from my mom and dad, and I had to live with my aunt for a period of time. She
Is
had
she
to
on
take
drugs too? Was on
no,
drugs, I'm sorry?
no, she
No.
wasn't. She had
Okay.
to take custody of me because I had cocaine and clonopins in my urine at the hospital when I was 12 years old, and the cocaine was from my dad that I stole, and the clonopins I stole off my mom.
You
So
were
they deemed that they weren't capable of having a household that was safe for, uh, you know, juvenile. So I got put up in a shelter, and my aunt had to come take custody, or
you
else
were
I would have
using
went
at that
to
early of an age?
yeah. Uh,
Sorry to cut you off. You can keep going.
Yeah, or I would have went to like a group home or a juvenile placement or something if my aunt didn't take custody of me.
So you were exposed to drugs at an early age because both your parents used,
Yeah, my
and
brother and sister too. My older brother and sister used
so you had
drinking,
stole
smoking
his.
weed.
Uh,
Yeah.
how were you introduced to it
Um,
that day? Well, any day, the day you were
just it
introduced.
was just like normal growing up. Like it was getting more present in all the music I listened to,
Mhm.
and
Using
and
cocaine was normal in your opinion because of the music.
yeah. So the music and the people I looked up to as
Hmm.
far as family and older cousins, brother, and even like sports players start getting caught with, little convictions of drugs and guns or something. So it became a lot more accepted to be a criminal going to jail for drugs and guns, and almost became a normal thing that I saw every day. So I didn't think that I thought the government and the law were wrong for prosecuting addicts and drug dealers and stuff like that. So instead of the addicts and the drug dealers and all that, them people being wrong, I looked at it as the other way. So growing up, I just was already, what I mean,
Hmm.
just on a path to being here, pretty much,
Hmm.
as I see it.
Hmm.
And it
How,
didn't help. Like
how long have you been out Kensington?
the first time I got drugs here, I was 16. Now I'm 31, and I did like all my 20s in state prison for
Hmm.
burglaries when I was young to get drug money.
Hmm.
So it just became repetitive seeing my friends in jail, then in Kensington, then in probation violation centers, parole violation centers, then back in Kensington, and not going to the halfway houses or the programs, just coming back out to Kensington and, retail thefts, hustling on the block, like whatever. Just this became normal for me. Instead of having a home to go to, I became accustomed and okay with leaving jail and coming right to Kensington, knowing that that's already put me on a path to go back to jail because I didn't go see my PO or anything like that. And then just wait until eventually a cop or I called a new case and they put me back in jail. And I've been doing that since I was 16. So, and I watched it get a lot worse here. The fentanyl, when that hit, and the nicks of dope, people had a habit that would only be 6 hours of them feeling well, and then they had to do another bag. So a lot more people started staying in Kensington and being homeless. And then when the Tranq came, it just got worse. And now people that are from out of county or from, Northeast Philly or wherever, Southwest, South Philly, they're here and they're staying here because their next bag they need to have within 3 to 4 hours or they're going to start feeling crappy. Which, when I started getting high, you could get a dime of heroin and it would last at least 24 hours if it was good, till you were actually feeling bad enough that you wanted to get more. You could put up with it for at least 24 hours. Now, 24 hours, you're going to be throwing up and you mean shitting your pants. So the Tranq and the fentanyl completely changed Kensington and Philly in general. The stores that are getting robbed, it's crazy. Sometimes it looks like the store's not even a store because there's nothing on the shelf. Because so many people just kept going in and bringing the stuff here, bringing the stuff they took from the store here, and then repeating it. The store is completely bare. So it's gotten very,
How much
very
are you
bad.
using daily, sir?
Huh?
How much are you using daily?
Right now, like 4 to 5 bags because I'm on methadone, but previously it was
No
every,
methadone?
yeah.
It's not no blocker in that?
Not for the Tranq.
What you say about the trick?
If I don't have the Tranq, I still feel like crap no matter what. So it don't matter if you're on Suboxone, if you got methadone, if you got Percocet, fentanyl. It will help a little, but you want that Tranq. And
Have you experienced that trick withdrawal yet?
yeah, many times. It's not fun.
So it's not fun?
Nah, nothing helps. And it can become to a point where if I'm not in a place where I can't leave myself, that I won't stay there. I'll go get more Tranq. But if I'm physically locked down in a cell or whatever and I can't even have to deal with it, that's the only way I'm going on once I have an addiction. Because it's so bad that you don't, you
Is the
know what I mean?
methadone helping you at all? Is it helping you wean off of it at least?
I mean, I'm doing less,
More or
so
less?
yeah. But at the same time, I'm not there all the way yet.
What's it like out here?
Some days you have a lot of fun and everything's, sunshine and fucking, roses, but some days can be real dark and you can get real depressed and lonely, especially when you wake up and all your shit's gone and the people you thought you're friends with are all gone and now you're by yourself with nothing, none of your property, none of the money you hustled up, and you can get in a real deep like depression and feel just like real down and it drives some people to suicide and stuff. So it's real black and white. You can have a great, like you could get plugged in somewhere where you're just people are just giving you stuff all day and it's real easy and your addiction's real easy to manage, or it can be real hard where you're struggling to get to your next high and it's not fun. It's just miserable. So I've experienced both and
How
it's
are you
something.
feeling emotionally, brother?
I'd like to be, have more friends I could trust that are, and my family.
Man, to get
Like, I'd like to be able to have my family not, look like they don't let me in their houses and anything like that anymore. So they completely like push me away as far as even seeing me. So that feels like real shitty and disappointed. I feel real, isolated. And then at the same time, you make friends out here that you know for years and years now that this is a community and you can, feel real loved and support and feel, actually happy and not depressed about the life you're living. But sometimes it goes the other way where you just feel like shit and lonely and like you're a fuck up and there's nothing you can do right anymore to make it right. You just went too far to, the south
You're a smart
side.
guy, man. You're a
So,
smart guy, man. And I'm hoping the best for you.
yeah.
And I'm gonna be that friend for you. I'm not out here every day, but I'm out here almost every other day. So I'm always stop by and check on
Okay.
you.
Yeah, I'm out
You
here every day.
exchange information with me. Let me know where you be at, and I check on you, bro. I'm worried about you.
Yeah, I'm here pretty much at least 5 times a day, sitting here for an hour or
Here,
two.
you be
Yeah, right here.
okay. All right, that's
So,
good to know. I'm gonna always come check on you, bro. Make sure you are all right.
appreciate it.
Now I understand you got a medical issue going on, right?
Yeah.
What is it?
From the Tranq source from shooting up, my legs have become. They had a lot of wounds that were real bad. They've healed after having to go to multiple hospitals, but I still can't put shoes on because my feet are, they're swollen and not right, and it's hard for me to walk. And if I didn't take the steps to go to them hospitals and get the surgery, I would probably be in a wheelchair right now. So you can see some of the damage on my hands already too.
Hold on.
Like this is nothing compared to what. Like every one of these were huge holes.
Those are the trach sores, huh?
Yeah, they were huge holes. Every single one of them, and they go all the way down my leg.
They go all the way down your leg.
They're not on my arms or my chest, just my leg. So at least I got lucky in that sense by not doing that. But I did mess my legs up so bad to the point where I knew if I didn't go into a hospital, I would not be walking
Right.
anymore. So
Right.
it got real bad, and every one of these was a huge hole, like a huge sore. They hurt bad as hell. A couple times I had maggots from the flies.
You said it had maggots?
Yeah, because they were infected, and my pants would get stuck to my legs, and the pus and stuff from the wound.
So your hands would get stuck to your legs?
Yeah, and like
I'm glad you were strong enough to get up and go to the hospital, bro.
Yeah, it was bad. So I don't want to ever get there again.
What did it take for you to go to the hospital? How did that go about?
Honestly, I started getting people to confront me and see how fucked up I was out here.
Right.
Then people I didn't even know coming up to me on the trains and the bus saying they could smell my wounds. And
yeah.
Eventually, I'm just like, this ain't me. Like, I was never that guy. I was never the coolest kid, but I was never the dude getting kicked off a train for smelling.
Right.
So I realized this like that was a line like too far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where I was now not valuing myself or respecting myself enough to even, you know what I mean, not have a train fucking throwing me off because I stink, which was something I never experienced, which was very, you know what I mean, crumbles, it crushes you. So I fucking a couple times of that, and if you have any like will left in you, you're gonna go get yourself some help. So.
Right. I heard that.
It sucked doing it, like being in the hospital and all, because like I said, nothing helped with the Tranq withdrawal. But at the same time, my legs not having to walk on them, not having to put another needle in it and make it worse again, was better than the withdrawal. So I guess it took the pain in my legs and all to such an extent, and then the embarrassment of it, and knowing I'm not going to continue to be able to even walk. To how am I going to tell my family that? Like, I'm mad about losing my teeth and shit. How
Does
am
your
I going?
family know your circumstance?
Yeah.
You know.
So how would I tell them I don't have legs because I sat in Kensington getting high until they had a cup like amputee? That would be I couldn't even imagine like telling them that. So
Oh,
I made a choice to go get help, and it's been 5-6 months now of going back and forth to hospitals to just get to where I'm at. And
any thoughts on rehab, bro?
um, to be honest, if I went to rehab, it would just to be able to gain the normalcy in my legs again and the way I moved before I got the Tranq wound, and it wouldn't be for the help to become sober. So the only thought is that I need to stop shooting up Tranq, or these sores are going to come back and just get worse again. So it wouldn't be for the help to become sober. It would be just for the help to gain function and my physical therapy of my legs again. So now there's not much thought of rehab, honestly.
So you don't plan on going?
Not at the moment.
How you plan on getting up out of this situation?
Uh, I go to a couple services and I'm waiting on SSI and housing. And once I get that, it'll be a lot more easier than being homeless and out here every day. So that would definitely be a step in the right direction for me. But even going to rehabs and then getting discharged back to being homeless or having to go to some recovery house where you got to follow all these rules and stuff, it's just hard for me after being in jail and institutionalized so
Right.
long for me to commit myself into a place where it feels like a jail or like a program, which I was already forced to do for so
How
many years.
how
So
long have you been home for?
I maxed out and when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and then I did 3 years of Montgomery County probation, and so like 2020, pretty much.
2020 you came home. All right, 4
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
you gotta get up out of this situation,
yeah.
man.
So
Got to. What advice would you give the youth out here ripping and running the streets, Mr. Burke? Following in your same
um,
footsteps.
to not start drugs, to not idolize this shit, because it might look cool when you see it on TV or when you see people not going to work and doing whatever they want. But at the end of the day, it's not the life you want to live. You don't want to be out here on the block. You don't want to be going back and forth to jail. And you're much better off you staying away from this whole situation because it's not fun.
I'd like to thank you for your time, Mr. Burke. You've been a wonderful interviewee for me. We're gonna keep in touch, bro. And I got you, bro. I'm
Or
gonna help you through this. I'm gonna help you through this,
appreciate
bro.
it.
Be praying for you.
Appreciate it.
ATM Fox.